Yes, yes. Good, good. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Kush Equilibrium. I am your always smoking host, Oops Great. It's crazy how plans can change last minute. This is really supposed to be a cool little, quick little 10-15 minute, or if that. I bought some couple little things at the dispo. I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, share them with y'all, let y'all check them out, whatever. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, so this is you tweeting my wake and bake hour. So that's really what this video was supposed to be, a quick little wake and bake, talk about a couple little BS little topics or whatever, and from the stoner side of things, and call it a day. But apparently during my couple of days of trying to take a breast from said breast hey, that's crazy. I need to smoke. Trying to take a break from this hip-hop mess and YouTube stuff. Part is cat. What people don't know is YouTube is very competitive. It's real catty. You know what I'm saying? You got a picture, it's like a high school, but everybody feel like they the popular kid. So it's a lot of bickering back and forth or whatever. And before I really dive into them, I'm like, let me at least get one video in, right, where it's kind of fun. So we gonna watch a Drake stand completely crash out, because that's fun. I feel like that's fun. I feel like we'll all enjoy it. We can laugh at him taking an L and argue his points that he been trying to argue for a little minute, but they ain't sticking. I'm trying to figure out what I want to smoke, bro. Ooh, this smell like grape. This is Grape Escape by Fighter Sticks. What's that one? I like pre-rolls. I prefer pre-rolls of the $8 and higher variety. For me, at $5, like I said in the video, the $5 is a fair price. Anything under $5, you get what you get. But at $5, you should be able to get something nice to smoke. Might not taste the greatest, but it should hit. Ooh, this smells amazing. What's this? Tiger breath. Fuck, we're gonna smoke with some tiger breath. Alright, we're gonna review this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that other good shit, bro. Let's get that out the way. Alright, let's get into this video. Alright, what we got here is Marcus at Work Media. Per the normal, I'm not gonna use this whole video, you know what I'm saying? The link to his video gonna be in the description. Definitely check it out. He do some good videos. And I don't say that about a lot of people, whether I use your shit or not. I'm big on how people edit. That shit matter to me. I'm just saying, if you want a motherfucker to sit for like 15 minutes, you figure the average YouTuber want at least 15 minutes of your 10 to 15 minutes of your time. Edit your shit. Like, come on now, edit your shit. Give people something worthwhile. That's my little rant. Cause I be feeling some type of way, but motherfuckers be throwing up raggedy ass shit. But all right, this Marcus at Work. We're gonna look at the other side of the fence. That's how we gonna look at this. The other side of the fence. Cause if you watch me, I know you a goddamn Kendrick fan. So let's really peek on the Drake side of things and see how it really look. If you ain't smoking, you should be. If you ain't drinking, hey, drink something. You know what I'm saying? Sit back and chill. Let's laugh at these goofies. Oh, let me go get this started.
Welcome back to Marcus at Work Media. So we got Drake's biggest stan and Kendrick's biggest hater giving his thoughts about the Super Bowl and how everything broke down. He doesn't seem to be surprised at all the hate and criticism of the Super Bowl halftime performance that Kendrick did. He feels, yeah, that's about right. And it should have been a little more.
I've never seen overwhelmingly people saying that
Ooh, just shit smack. Might not be smoking this too long. Yo, is this dude named Los Polofs TV? I've seen him several times. Not impressed with nothing he's ever said. Probably my biggest issue with him currently, outside of the shit that comes out of his mouth, it's the sex doll he has in the back of his scene there. He has a adult doll back there. Just asking questions out loud, right? Real quick, because I'm trying to shit burning wrong. Okay, there we go. I took one hit of that, and I can't do this video smoking on that. I gotta smoke something else. So I don't know how much you practice taking information from a guy with an adult doll that he props up in a nice little chair. Looks like she has a gremlin looking baby sitting on her lap. Maybe that's half his, half hers. Who knows? Who knows? But this is whose opinion we're about to not only dissect, but outwardly probably laugh at.
that a halftime show sucked before. Never in my life. I've seen, we've watched how many halftime shows over the years. I've never seen this many people hate a halftime show. But what's even funnier about it is if you didn't enjoy it, if you didn't like it, if you're any race besides black, if you're not black, right? You're a racist. That's what I'm seeing on Twitter.
Wait, anybody get to a point with this whole situation where you wonder why there's always this race element that people add into it that it don't really have to be there? Wow, the performance highlights the poor treatment of African American people. It was not anti-white. Let's be clear. I don't feel like Dot has that type of hate to where it's like, I hate you, white people. I think it's more on the lines of treat us black people better. So I don't like when people do that because it starts to blur the lines a little bit when it comes to race topics.
And if you are black and you didn't like it, you don't get it. So either way, you just don't understand it, or you're a racist. Guys, if you're not seeing in real time what's happening here, bro. If you're not seeing in real time, you cannot criticize Kendrick Lamar. You can't. You're either a racist or you don't understand it. There's nothing. It doesn't even make sense.
He wrong already. Think how many people done said they have a big issue with the set list, or the ordering of the set list, or the songs included in the set list. Okay, valid. If you don't like a song, you don't like a song. That is what it is. The issue is outwardly hating on the entire performance. Like the whole thing was ass. Like that. Have we forgotten the Black Eyed Peas? The musical notes missed. the mics that didn't work, but then did work, but then didn't work. Like, come on now.
And I'm looking at this shit, I'm like, what? Dudes are trying to explain it, give paragraphs. Oh my God, you understand? He went against it. Dude, what the fuck are you talking? You sound fucking insane.
And why is he so angry?
If that wasn't enough, he feels like
if I put acupuncture near me in online maps and I'm not in the top 3 results, my customers don't know that I exist. That's where SEMrush comes in.
Kendrick fans are hypocrites, and he can't be criticized at all. Kendrick, with his music, his performances, and anything K-Dot does, he cannot be criticized at all, no matter what he does. Is this true?
Bro, let me just give you a little hint. Kendrick Lamar doesn't give a fuck about you. I don't care who you are. He doesn't give a fuck about you.
Here's the issue with him saying that. When you say shit like that, you imply, whether you mean to or not, and he means to. Or he could be so caught up in his little rage right now that he doesn't fucking care. But when you say stuff like that, you imply that, yeah, Kendrick don't care about you, but Drake care. No, the fuck he don't. Like, don't put a viewpoint on one person that applies to every person. Nobody in the music industry is thinking about me, you, or anybody else outside of did you view? I mean, did you play my music? Did you buy an album? Did you buy a vinyl? Outside of that, they don't care. We just had one of the OGs, Snoop Dogg, switch up on us, bro. Like, come on. They don't care. We care just enough to, hey, are you giving me something I enjoy? And on your end, you getting what you need. Me listening to it or me buying it. Or if I'm really fucking with it enough, me coming to a concert on the strength of paying a couple $100 to go. You know? So yeah, his viewpoint on this is extreme.
Let me repeat this.
And he's still angry.
Not like users in the chat.
Not like us.
You're being used.
We're being
You're
used.
being manipulated. You're being used. He doesn't care about you, bro. All right? So stop with this. Oh, dude, you don't get it, bro. It's deeper than this. You don't know what the you're even talking about. You don't.
He don't get it. He don't get it. I'm gonna let it play out for a minute, but he don't get it. I'm gonna tell you why. There's some of us out here that just wanted everybody to be more mentally woke. Think about the music industry and the line of hip hop we got. It was kind of like Benadryl music. It was night music. Like, for all the hell that I call the stoner rappers go through, like a Wiz, like a Currency, like a Devin the Dude. It's about 2 or 3 other ones, but them are my mains. Like, nobody really been willing to give them especially Wiz, give it the platform that he deserves. But you got all these other rappers talking about lean and yerks and all this other stuff that puts you down, like you can't function off of. And that's been the hit songs. That's been the hit songs been night music and fuck them hoes music, Drake shit. So I feel like the reason people are reacting to Dot's music the way they are, because it's waking them up. Like, I hated that era. That's why I tapped out on music. Like, nobody want to be outside. Think about it. All the people you was around because of that music was fucking with some kind of illicit something. Because that's what was hot. That's what was cool. So when you outside, you looking around and you like, damn, ain't nobody. You outside, but you're not really active. You know what I'm saying? Because you just on that like nod off music. Like that's a big part to why I think a lot of people are really in love with what they're hearing, and it's forcing other ones to be lyrical and profound and thought provoking. And I get it. Rap can't always be that. It can't always be that. Sometimes you want some pull up music, both on demon time and turn the lights off type time. But he don't get it.
I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. But because of how many people were saying it's so bad, I went back and watched it on YouTube. I'm not kidding, dude. That was probably the worst halftime performance ever. And here's the crazy thing about this. This is not me being delusional or being a Drake fan or whatever. Kendrick literally could have played like hit songs. He could have played good songs. But the songs he chose were horrible. Like they're pretty much every single song was bad. Okay? And then dude, how is this the biggest performance of your life? You have the Super Bowl, right? You're not just a guest. It's your Super Bowl, right? How the are you gonna, the whole performance is teasing a song about another man. You're smiling in the camera, mentioning another man. Dude, more people talked about Drake after that shit than you, bro.
Now, if that wasn't enough, he feels like...
I don't think he know what a pack out is. Fight ain't over. You gotta pack him out. He was packing your mans out. That's what that was. You just didn't know what it, because you're not culturally relevant or intelligent. You didn't know, son, that was a pack out. He was packing your man out. That's all that was. The end to that friendly phase your man asked for. I guess it was the end until your man opened his mouth again.
Kendrick's performance was the worst in history of the NFL. Wow, that is amazing. Because I don't feel like that's the case, but my guy, obviously biased, feels like it's definitely the worst.
How are you gonna, like, bro, it would have been way cooler if he didn't even mention that song. You would have, if you really hate Drake, you would have given him no attention, but you couldn't, bro.
It would have been way better if he wouldn't have mentioned that song. You see how much that song bother him? When them Drake fans hear that, man, I got a homie right now who probably really trying to decide if our friendship worth saving, because he rock with Drake heavy. And I feel like it's gonna be that one moment he gonna really like, I slide for Drake, and I'm gonna beat this nigga up. And I know he gonna watch this video, dog. And this ain't personal, but man, don't be one of them dudes, man, and crash out over Drake, man, because to have to go to these lengths with you, and I hate that I even got to mention this on this video, but it's no different than what I told you before, man. Don't. He ain't worth it. He ain't worth it, dog. I wouldn't do it.
Because you had to. That's the only reason you had the Super Bowl. You had to play that fucking song.
So according to him, apparently you cannot criticize Kendrick's performances, music, or anything, especially being a Caucasian guy that's not a part of the culture. But add another layer there, he also feels like if you do criticize him, and if you're not a part of the culture, then you're racist. Is that the case?
I'm sure, bro. He probably didn't even want to play that again. But again, look at the color of my skin. I'm gonna get called racist because I'm Caucasian. So I've come out here giving you my honest opinion, knowing good and well there are gonna be K-bots online that call me a racist. Oh, of course he doesn't get it. Oh, when in reality,
I'm not gonna call you a racist. You're just stupid. You're just stupid. You know what? I won't even call you stupid. intellectually shallow. We read dictionaries on this side of the fence. We know words. Our vocabulary is pretty extensive on the. That's probably, if there's anything that's fun about being on the Kendrick Lamar side of this thing, we're kind of intellectually superior. So we have many different ways of disrespecting you when you're not even knowing it. Like, I feel like even if this man rewatched my video, which he won't, but even if he rewatched my video, he wouldn't understand what we're talking about right now, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't have the intellectual gravitas to keep up.
You guys are the fucking racists, bro. In the reality of the whole you're the fucking racists. Okay? Let me break it down for you in case you're like, dude, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? To sit here and use the race card when somebody doesn't agree with you or someone doesn't like a thing, whatever. To use the race card, you're fucking racist. I'm sorry, bro. No one talked about race. But it's perfectly fine for you to just bash white people and bash anyone who doesn't understand it. That's perfectly okay. These people are...
Ain't nobody bashing white people. Some of us had said that, maybe some white people at the Super Bowl didn't understand it because we were taking into consideration the fact that the type of people that can afford good seats at the Super Bowl, in all actuality, was probably not listening to hip hop. That's what was said. Again, I don't find this dude to be racist. I find him to be lacking intellectually. He may be going through some things. He might be a little backed up. I see the homegirl back there, so clearly he's going through some things in life. His room kind of looks like the room of a less than mature man. So, if I'm going to judge him as an individual, I'm going to take in the whole picture. It looks like he's, where I think he at mentally, that room kind of match it. So, no, sir, we're not calling you names, calling you the R word, because you're not that, bro. You like listening to the hippity hop. I'm gonna be honest, he might listen to the hippity hop more than me. Just so I'm just saying, so they can't say I'm not being fair. I'll admit that. Look, I'm well versed in my music. I listen to a myriad of selections. Yeah, myriad. Look that up. Look, DJ Head got me on my back on my dictionary shit. Look, even the leaders of the West Coast has a way of going about things on an intellectual level that the Drake community could never understand. Just take a moment and breathe in, Kendrick fans. Like, this is what it feels like to be superior. Like, even our air, even though I'm smoking, it smells real cushy in here. Even our air smells better, tastes better. We having a real day moment. It tastes good. Yeah, like, it got to be hard for him, right? It got to be hard for him. Like, see how I get to talk to y'all nice and calm, low voice, no hostility. We smoking and grooving in here. You know what I'm saying? We having a good evening. Look at him. Tense, stressed. He not even in a battle. He just a fan. So if he, think about it, I'm being for real, think about it. If he carrying it like this, what you think Drake feel like? And this is his biggest fan. Like, There's a streamer out there. What's his name? No Life Shack. He just hit the React community with the change up game. I seen the sucker in him a long time ago. I peeped that, but everybody learns shit at their own time, and be that as it may, I made a video saying No Life Shack was the new academics. I might be wrong. I ain't too far off though, because this dude right here, he you know what? No, I stand by that. No Life Shack earned that. He was paid very well for that, allegedly. At least I feel, based off what I see. But this dude right here, I don't know where he rank in the camp of Drake glazing.
Fucking brain dead, fucking weirdos, bro. You're a weirdo, bro.
So he spoke on the numbers. After the Super Bowl, Kendrick's monthly listeners on Spotify,
all them emotions,
and Apple went up to about 100 million monthly listeners after the Super Bowl performance, which is crazy. If you look at Drake's numbers, it's a vast difference. So he feels like, after the Super Bowl, it's going to tank down, but it actually went up. So he's not surprised at the increase in numbers. He feels like UMG could be in on it. Drake hasn't released an album in almost a year. And the P&D album, it's streaming a little bit, but it went down. But that, ignore all of that. That's not the case, because Drake is going to make a comeback and surpass Kendrick's numbers at the end of the day, no matter what.
That's some cool shit.
Is this the case?
Typically what I like to smoke when I
what does Kendrick do? What has he done?
They're not gonna smack me.
Please tell me what he's done that makes you think, you know what? Kendrick cares about me, man. The answer.
Why are we back on the care for me or think about me or love me or appreciate whatever, bro? These are performance artists. Entertain me. That's it. I'm mindful of you have to watch what you feed your mind as much as how you feed your body. If you feed your body nothing but shit that's bad for you, eventually you turn into a fatty McFat. Or me. Same thing mentally. You feed yourself a whole bunch of BS mentally, you come slow in mind and thought. The proper approach to it is to have a proper balance. Like, you need a Kendrick that raps like he's freeing the slaves, but you need that to offset all of the drill music and everything else you out there listening to. Balance the meal you feed yourself mentally, whether it be movies, whether it be music, hell, whatever, reading, anything mental. You have to have a balance to what you taking in. You can't remember the episode of Boondocks where all he did was watch BET nonstop, and then before the experiment was technically over, he couldn't carry a thought. He couldn't remember nothing. Like, you saw him mentally deteriorate. You know what I'm saying? It's the same premise. I promise you, it's the same premise.
Answer is nothing, bro. He's not done. And then I get tagged the thing. Oh, Kendrick got however many Spotify monthly listeners went up like a few million after the performance, right? And past Drake. right? Okay, cool, right? This guy Drake hasn't dropped an album in over a year. Kendrick is being promoted by every single major company, brand, every single person's tweeting for him.
This is unfortunately, if you're someone who doesn't watch the other side, don't worry, I'll watch them. I'll watch them. You gotta know what the ops is doing. This is what they do. They big in hyperbole. Every company, every industry, every person, they want you mentally to think big. Big help. He's getting big help. No. It wasn't no, that album got dropped. Think about how that album got dropped. It just popped up. It wasn't no rollout for that album. You went to bed, no album, woke up, hey, album. That was it. It wasn't no official release date or none of that shit when that album came out. So when you see that they said, the record label said themselves that they didn't know that album was coming out till day of. The UMG didn't even know. Oh shit, we got to get this in the system like now so that the people can get it. All this information is out there. So if he lie and put everything to the stream and then hope nobody does the homework of looking at the numbers that are readily out there for not only us, but him too. These numbers this is public information. You don't have to do a lot of digging. Google's all you need. But he's banking on nobody looking at this shit. But then hope his lies carry out. No, dog. Your man announced this album. Your man collabed with somebody else. Ours collabed with local. He trying to take local acts and make them nationwide acts. And then maybe a couple out of them go from a nationwide act to a worldwide act. That's how it go. Everybody not gonna make it that far. But he giving them their first level up. Think about how many new artists just got Grammys. Actually, you know what? No, because that album wasn't even on the what's the name. So next award season, that album's gonna win some shit. They gonna go from hood niggas to hood niggas with Grammys.
Dude, how is he not already hit that? And I'm looking at this shit. Why are all these people now all of a sudden bragging about numbers, talking about numbers, when for fucking 10 years straight, Drake's numbers didn't count?
Why? There's a few things in life that agitate me more than anything else. Moving goalposts and shit be pissing me off. Them goofies who can't count anyway been talking about numbers for over a decade. Why? Because numbers are beautiful to play with when you on top. See what I did there? When you on top, the numbers gonna reflect that. So why would you not mention them, right? Because those numbers show I'm on top. I'm the man. I'm big business. I'm where the money at. You need me for a feature because I'm money. I'm money. So when the roles get changed up, and at this rate, you might not be number 2. You might be like number 3. So now it's no longer proper for the king to use the numbers that everybody that was king used. It's kind of hypocritical. We get it again. I guess if you expecting us to not go look up those numbers or not to pay attention to those numbers, man, look, we know how much y'all adore those numbers. Y'all used to be able to recite those numbers like Jim Brown's rushing record. And now y'all can't. All the stuff that y'all used to say braggadociously, y'all can't no more. To have to now talk about Drake and be humble. Think about that. To have to be humble. Like, we had to be humble for a minute. Let's be honest. We're going to be honest on our side of the fence too. As great as we knew Kendrick Lamar to be, because he hadn't taken that catapult and put the game in a chokehold, we had to acknowledge his greatness and be humble at the same time about it. Like, we couldn't be out there rah the nigga face on Kendrick type time because he hadn't made that move yet. That's not the case no more. That role reversal was a motherfucker. Cause I see more Kendrick fans taking the win with grace. Like, all right, we already knew, a lot of us already knew he was dope. We knew he was that dude. It's hard to see a motherfucker that was on a pedestal that long to just not be on it no more. So, in all seriousness, I sympathize with the motherfuckers on that side a little bit. Like, for him to not be the guy, and now on top of that, you see his warts. His warts were shown, and you're trying as a fan to just not acknowledge it. How do you not go about not acknowledging it? To be more extreme. Be more extreme. Because they wasn't this arrogant when he was the man. They carried it better, so they was used to it. And that's why you see so much of this. Videos of whole grown men crying. Why won't he stop? He's had enough. All he did was love us, or something. I don't know. Homie was crying. He was sobbing. If I could find a video, I'll put it in here. But he was sobbing. Grown man. At least 40, sobbing. This is a hard transition we watching. It's a hard transition we watching. To go outside and be a Drake fan and you might not hear his music play no more. Cause cats ain't, look, when I go outside, I don't hear, okay, let me play, I gotta put it in 2 different segments. Cause I'm a biker. So as a civilian, when I go outside, I hear some old shit. I don't hear nothing new. I'll occasionally hear some old, and that's still rare, a lot rarer than it used to be. Going out as a biker to a biker function at a biker event or whatever, like, because of what we represent and our ideology, that's not gonna rock with us. We can't do it. So when you start like, that's a hell of a fall. Damn, I ain't think about it till I said it out loud. Like, damn, my old lady been saying, you a bully and you need to stop jumping on that man like that. I'm like, oh, man, I'm glad somebody holding up a mirror, because society holds up a mirror to, I feel, to a lot of us all the time. So, and I've had my own personal issues about that dude. So, yes, I'm gloating. Yes, I feel like he get his just due. Do I think he should be canceled completely? I'm gonna get that out the way now. No. To be okay with a motherfucker canceling him, I would have to be cool with somebody canceling me, and I'm not. So we ain't gonna go that far with it, but we ain't got to. We not them.
Oh no, it's just Drake. He's just a pop star. But now, because Drake didn't drop for a year and Kendrick dropped an album, is being promoted by every single top brand. Now all of a sudden, I noticed
he ain't naming no top brands,
these
right?
These are not real people.
What top brand did he name?
And you're not gonna gaslight me or other people who've been on the internet, who've seen this shit for years and years. You're not gonna gaslight me, bro. Okay? You're a pussy, you're a hypocrite, and you're just a weirdo. Okay? Because
there's certain segments. If he calls somebody a weirdo in person, I don't find being called a weirdo a big thing. Weirdo is not a word that's really used where I'm from. So, whatever. But that calling motherfuckers pussy and all that shit, come on, dog. There's people out here. You know what I'm noticing in this YouTube space? A lot more of the hood is coming to YouTube. It's setting up their own little whatever. He represents the group that jumped on this YouTube thing earlier. You know what I'm saying? So they never had to really be cautious about their words. They said whatever. And plus they probably live a lifestyle where you don't really go outside. I almost got caught in that trap when I first started, where you get so caught up in this, you don't play with the outside world. That's a dangerous thing. I'm glad I shook that off. But I'm telling you, he can't keep calling people weirdos and pussies. Like, you got to interact with the world. And this is out there. All it takes is one motherfucker to take that shit wrong and feel like just how you taking this Drake shit personal, they taking your words personal. And then what? Gotta have some social responsibility with this. And him as a YouTube veteran should know better. I don't care how you feel about anything. It should never get to that. Because are you gonna stand on the shit you say? Like, if I say something about somebody, guess what? I can see them when I walk out this door. If it's up, it's up. And he ain't one of them. You see his old lady sitting in the background, man. She ain't about to let him do nothing.
You don't even make sense. Why do the numbers matter now? All I heard for years is that the numbers don't matter. Every single time Drake goes number
when they
one,
use numbers,
Drake gets a number one
it
hit.
was a standard,
it doesn't
right?
matter. Oh, it's
when
just,
they kept using them numbers,
cares, bro?
When they kept using them numbers, they were setting the standard.
Now it matters.
He matching your standard that
So
you
he
set,
apparently feels
and
like
they beat it.
us as Kendrick fans, in good faith, consider yourself a Kendrick fan at this point. He was anti-establishment, he was against the mainstream, and all of a sudden he is the epitome, number one, according to us, the mainstream guy. How can the two exist? Anti-establishment, now he is the establishment. How is that the case?
It sucks that
let me push back real quick on that. If Kendrick was trying to go about this the mainstream way and just play the role of the top guy, he wouldn't did that set list. This is how we can abolish that way of thinking right now. He wouldn't have did that set list. He would have did the get along and go along. Let me play these hits that y'all like. It wouldn't even matter if you had it in the other Super Bowl. Okay, run it back. Motherfuckers run back shows all the time. It's called a tour. I'm just saying. We think over here. Again, we think over here. It don't take us too long to process. I'm smoking. It don't take us too long as a group, as a culture that really as a group of people that really understand, what's going on. The fact that I froze his face like that is crazy. Like he about to sneeze and fart at the same time. But I've done that, by the way. Nothing.
Because I like Drake songs, that there's automatically going to be a % of people who hear me talking and just automatically not listen to what I'm saying. Oh no, you're biased. Okay. Dude, there's plenty of people saying the same things that I'm saying. There's plenty of people tweeting these things.
You see, he ain't putting no names. He ain't putting no names on it.
Every social media. Because first of all, I can't even see how somebody could be a Kendrick fan at this point.
King Kong ain't got shit.
That ain't the one I'm looking for. Where the one I'm looking for?
Who raised you? Who raised you?
Who raised you, man? Who raised you, man?
At this point, bro. Because I thought Kendrick was supposed to be against the whole system and all these things, and he's supposed to be like a rebel or something. But every single person's on his side. All the higher ups, they're high-fiving. There's every single brand is tweeting him. He's on the fucking Super Bowl. There were already rumors about this, and they've resurfaced that Drake turned down the Super Bowl. And
let's get that one out the way real quick. Hello, properly thinking humans. Let's play What If real quick. Let's say you got the biggest opportunity of your life. That on the back end, because he didn't get paid for the Super Bowl, but the people who performed with him and the staff and stuff got paid. But if you had an opportunity that you knew the moment you got done doing whatever it was, this is, your business would flow like no other. Would you turn it down? You ain't see him have one moment where he was fighting the industry until now, allegedly. This man want to be a martyr so bad. He want to be a martyr so bad.
I believe it, because Drake has been the #1 artist for how many years, right? But there was a time when people were very against the NFL, bro. Very against the NFL. There were all kinds of weird shit going on, Colin Kaepernick shit, all that shit, right? Now all of a sudden it's cool.
You see how he gave no description of what the situation was? I read through everything. He needed to mention it without really going into it. Like all this reaching for details But you don't want people to really look at it and see, okay, he said this is the NFL thing. What happened with the NFL thing? Okay, Colin Kaepernick. Okay. No. Go into the details of what happened. Yes, there were people who was not fucking with the Super Bowl. I remember him going through quite a few people, and they didn't want no parts. How many Super Bowls has passed since then? That unfortunately for us as black people, we don't protest long. That was 1 year. That was one season. That was it. They struggled to find somebody to headline the Super Bowl for one season. And after that, all of them was right back on the tit. So let's not do that. Let's not do that. That man may have, and I'll give him, may have turned it down when everybody else was doing this, so that way they all look socially relevant. Like they all know what's going on, like they all was aware, like they all care. They didn't. It was all copy and paste. But once that was over, it was back to business as usual. So we'll say he turned the Super Bowl down once. Okay. Cool. But you don't get to bitch and complain that somebody else get it. You don't get to bitch and complain that somebody else formed some shit that you didn't like. Guess what? Allegedly you had the opportunity. Again, we're going with you had that one-time opportunity. Well, if you felt some type of way, you could have did the Super Bowl then. You could have said what you wanted to on that stage, and the situation could have started like that. I mean, I kind of wish you kind of did it that way. That's a grand way of starting the beef. It's a grand way of starting the beef. You and Cole perform that song, they debut it at the Super Bowl, and yeah, that's a grand way of doing it. Hindsight being 2020, though.
Now it's cool to play at the NFL. Now it's cool though. But when Drake turned it down, got it, bro. Got it. So now it's cool. You guys are a bunch of fucking hypocrites.
Yes. The debate we've heard time and time.
That's the gist of it. I mean, it's only a couple minutes left, but it's the gist of it. Yeah, well, I think we got the gist of it. Them boys over there crashing out like no other. They crashing out like no other. Quick side note, real quick, boy. This little tiger breath shit, I barely really smoked it. I took a couple hits of this motherfucker at the beginning, put it out. I smoked on something else the rest of the time. We was looking at the video and whatnot, and then I just came back to it for the finish up. But it's smoke if you ever try it. I think they about to go through a tough year over there on that side. I don't think Drake has too much pride. He ain't never had a moment in his life where he had to show humility. It's hard to be humble if you ain't got humility. Humility? What is it? Am I saying it right? Y'all know what I'm saying. Anybody that heard some sexy songs for you, it's a terrible stolen title. Allegedly. But he already done fired some shots. Cool thing about it for me as a fan, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I wanted him to finish him off a long time ago. Keep it a bean. Yeah, I still got my ears on. What? Chord and shit. I wanted him to finish him off long ago. An enemy that's not dead is not defeated, metaphorically speaking. Like Drake is just badly damaged. You could recover from that. And had he not said nothing and gave himself some more time, I think he would have recovered better. With time, all wounds heal, my man. And I feel like if he would have waited not to this summer, but next summer 2026, would have been, if he wanted to continue down this warpath, would have been his best move. Kind of play dead, play possum type shit. I feel like this album, though, overall, doesn't help the efforts of the war, because I think if this was hot, that would have put something out just to stump, just to be a ass about it, just stump on this shit. That would have killed him. That would have killed him. He need numbers. He need to look good, and without Dot even doing that, he looking rough, like, so it's like a bullet in the chamber, metaphorically, that didn't even have to get shot. I guess you gotta time it before the tour, whatever the beginning of the tour is. Maybe it come out like a week or two before, or a month before the tour start. Be able to perform them songs on the tour, and then that would probably boost tour tickets, I would assume. And it might boost old catalog. It seems like when the new stuff come out, people sometimes revisit the old. But I'm trying to think what else I got coming up before I get up out of here. Oh, I'm doing a rewind. I am doing a rewind. I'm going to go back through the entire collection, because I did unplug from music quite a bit, because music was ass to me. So I took a couple little songs from here and here and here, and that's what I was rocking with. I've to this date never listened to every album from beginning to end. I just got songs I like. So GNX technically is the first one I really listened to from end to end. So to right that wrong, so to speak, I'm gonna make myself hunker down. I've been doing it already. I started Tuesday or Wednesday. I think I started Wednesday, and I'm going in order. I'm trying to give each album at least 2 full listens, if not 3. And then I'll put them in my order, what I think is my top 5. And then the songs I like off of each one. Because right now, like GNX, man, there's no skips. There's no skips in GNX. But that's all I got, man. Oops, great. This is Kush Equilibrium. I appreciate y'all pulling up and chopping it up, and you know what I'm saying? We looking at the other side of the fence to see what they going through, and they in shambles, baby. I see y'all when I see you.